Well, let's speak now to our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball. Jeremy, good evening to you. As we saw some really kind of strong feelings coming out of Leicester there tonight. I mean, just how bad is knife crime in our region?
Well, I think it's those relatively rare fatal stabbings that people really worry about, isn't it? But, you know, who could forget those tragic killings in Nottingham back in June? Barnaby Webber, Grace O'Malley Kamar and Ian Coates, who lost their lives there. Just a few days later, Kyle Knowles stabbed to death on a Nottingham tram. In Leicester, Gerald Wicks and Liam Waldron died in stabbings earlier on this year. And while it's those most shocking crimes, Anne, that make headlines, they are really just the tip of the iceberg.
I mean, I've just said how bad is it when we see those, but across the whole of the East Midlands, is this a serious problem?
Well, we've been having a look at the latest official knife crime stats across these 5 East Midlands forces. Now, overall, actually a slight improvement in the last year. But in a typical week, there was still 35 people injured, so slashed or stabbed with blades, as well as 19 knife-point robberies, so that will often be people being mugged. And 12 people lost their lives in stabbings in the East Midlands in the year to March, which is around a third of all homicides. So, you know, different motives, different reasons, but each one of those a life taken too soon.
Indeed, absolutely. I mean, there's an awful lot of talk about the need to deal with knife crime, but, you know, what is actually physically being done about it? Lots
of things, and it's a mix really of trying to change hearts and minds and deterrents like stop and search. So Leicestershire Police, for instance, talking today about knife sweeps and things like that. In Nottinghamshire, they reckon their 2 dedicated knife crime teams have made a huge difference, the police think. But a lot of this is about persuasion as well. So, you know, breaking that vicious circle where so many young people think they need to carry a weapon for protection. And that's why youth projects and campaigns are such a huge part of this as well.
Sadly, I think we'll probably be talking about it again, but for now, Jeremy, thanks very much indeed for that.